The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water. Them him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepared a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head with uno oil, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I event me. I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah, come my way, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Jah shall therein abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Yes, and I give thanks and I say unto your name, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, Amasa Yahuda, Amasa Negus, Danielam, Komaya Sataya. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. In every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous, super nutritious cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, sizes, and even colors, aromas, and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some amount of heating, known as the sacrifice. Right after that, they produce food. They do not even participate or partake in the eating of the food. It is us, the eaters. Yet every time, this selfless collaborative effort would happen between the black pot and the ingredients. This is teaching us a lesson of selflessness. How many people will plant trees, knowing very well that these trees will not grow to the point that they can enjoy the shade and the fruits before they die? Yet, many of us know that we are making children, and these children also stand a chance of benefiting from our labor. Most of the time, we don't think about the next generation. We are only thinking about what we can eat right now. After all, tomorrow we die. This is why this show is here, the Black Pot. It is rewiring the mindset of our people. We call it the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Now, the very important thing is that if the average African mindset is right, every other thing will fall in place. Individuals will build schools, roads, and hospitals if the mindset is right, rather than waiting for the government to do all that. This is the pot, not just any pot, but the pot that is black. And here we don't criticize. But if we must criticize, we would only just criticize for one condition, on one condition, for one reason: to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we only speak truth to power. And our main aim is to rewire the mindset of the average African. And I want to say thank you so much to ISIT. ISIT is ISIT, in spirit, in truth. And when we talk about ISIT, we are talking about the new social media app that everybody's talking about now. If your regular social media app, your regular social media platform is giving you nothing but troubles, negativity, racism, nudity. Oh, we are even talking about violence, nudity, nakedness, violence, racism. That is what some social media platforms are known for. ISIT is different. What can you do with ISIT? Connect with family and friends, make memories that are lasting. You can make audio calls, video calls. You can also go live at the same time. Remember that this is very positive. You meet other positive-minded people. They have powerful algorithms that remove anything negative before it even pops up. This app has been built by Ghanaian engineers in America. That is one more reason you have to support EasyIt. Download that for free from Google Play and App Store. I am on EasyIt. Are you on EasyIt? This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Number one, gold smugglers at Ghana Airport. How many of us remember Alistair Matthias? How many of us remember Alistair Matthias? This was the man who claimed that the president of the Republic of Ghana, NANA-ADDO, used to be his lawyer. What work does he do? He's a money launderer and a gold smuggler. He claimed in an interview with Al Jazeera that there was a time he smuggled every month 40 to 60 million American dollars worth of gold from one country, Ghana. Remember, Ghana is the biggest exporter and producer of gold in the world. Alistair Matthias every month was smuggling between 40 and 60 million American dollars worth of gold. For how long did he do that? Multiply that by the number of months and see what figure you will get. This was the man who was crowned by the Otumfuo Asante Hene. For what? What is his achievement? What has he done worthy of getting an award from Asante Hene, the king of gold? Could they all be complicit in this? Al Jazeera published the story, and the president of the Republic of Ghana got angry, NANA-ADDO KWAKU, and asked Al Jazeera to retract and apologize, and that the story was false. Al Jazeera said no. He threatened to take Al Jazeera to court a few weeks ago. Today he's been quiet. The president is just a barking dog. He makes noise for nothing. Up till now, a lawyer like him has never been able to sue Al Jazeera. And Alistair Matthias is walking free. Maybe still smuggling gold and getting awards from other gold kings from around the world. What a nasty country. This is what is happening to us in Ghana. One man, he's not Ghanaian, he's not even African, has access into our country, smuggling gold on behalf of presidents and chiefs and kings. And he has the guts to boast that he is responsible for these atrocities. He said the president was even his lawyer at a certain point. Could you imagine? When the president was questioned, he said he couldn't remember ever working as a lawyer for Alistair Matthias. They will never speak the truth too. Politicians are good liars. They are always lying. Today, Alistair Matthias, it looks like, has been given some thumbs up in terms of credibility for the story he told Al Jazeera. Let me take you to the Kotoka International Airport. Do you know where that airport is, right? That's it. The only airport in the world named after a coup maker, an unconstitutional guy who broke protocol in this country, destroyed our constitution. He himself was shot right there and killed by junior officers of the Ghana Armed Forces. After the coup, he claimed he was a very powerful man. He was protected by Juju and all that. He came from Alakple in the Volta region. We are not looking at Kotoka himself as that villain. We are looking at this airport. What is happening in this airport? A few weeks ago, there was a publication, and this is now a rejoinder. National security grabs smugglers at Kotoka Airport with $1 million American dollars gold. Come here. Run the story. Watch me. And this is in reference to the story, right? And I read, this is somebody's opinion, and I need you to listen with rapt attention. I am writing to provide a rejoinder to the article titled National Security Grabs Smugglers at Kotoka airport with $1 million American dollars gold, published on your website on the 11th of October 2020. This is 2020, 3 years ago, right? While I appreciate the efforts to inform the public about important events, I would like to clarify and offer a different perspective on the matter. First and foremost, it is essential to emphasize that the assertions made in the article regarding the alleged smuggling of gold is entirely false. The article seems to insinuate that the incident that happened at the Kotoka International Airport represents a broader issue of smuggling without offering a comprehensive analysis of the matter. As responsible journalists, it is crucial to uphold the principle of presumption of innocence until proven guilty. Presenting unverified claims can be misleading and damaging to the reputation of individuals involved, as was and continues to be the case in the published article. Furthermore, it is important to note that the value assigned to the acclaimed seized gold, reported as $1 million American dollars, did not reflect its accurate worth. The value of the gold that was taken by the national security officers was way less than what was published. It is worth emphasizing that all the individuals that were picked up by the national security on the said day were exonerated and the gold duly returned to the company. The article failed to mention that the company involved was a licensed gold exporter, licensed by the Mineral Commission and after proof of tax payments and all relevant documents were provided, the suspects were vindicated. In the interest of accurate and responsible journalism, I kindly request that this rejoinder be given the same prominence as the original article to ensure a balanced representation of the issue. It is crucial to present information in a fair and unbiased manner, upholding journalistic integrity and maintaining the trust of the leadership. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I trust that you will take the necessary steps to address the concerns raised. I remain available for any further clarification or a discussion on this subject. And this is Isaac Nyano. Isaac Nyano. Who is Isaac Nyano? Do we know him? Is he working with the national security? Come here. I thought that they could have also published his credentials. Because when you write an article like this, we need to know exactly who you are. But to run away from the doubt, let us assume that this is coming from the national security, right? Since they are refusing to identify themselves. They are behaving like a cult group. They never show their identity. But watch me. If the gold that was seized was less than 1 million, how much was it? Why did they not take the pains to give us what value it was? Which company was seen in the smuggling of that gold? Did they have the documents? Could they have provided the documents to make their story packed? Very, very packed. My brother, in this country, we are quick to look for exoneration. In this country, we are quick to try to prove that we are innocent, yet we are not ready to go through the tunnel properly to prove for sure that we are innocent. What is 1 million? That's why I began by saying that Alistair Matthias said that in 1 month, for a number of years, he smuggled between 40 and 60 million American dollars worth of gold. What has become of the investigation? You are crying over something that you claim is less than 1 million. What are we doing to our nation? The big thieves always go unnoticed. You go into our jailhouses And it is only people who have smoked some small herbs. They are locked up there. But the bigger smugglers like Alistair Matthias and his accomplices, alleged accomplices, who awarded him and even defended him in court, they are walking free. Until we become a responsible people, our nation will be taken advantage of by the same people who colonized us, the same people who enslaved us. You are quick to write a certain rejoinder to clear your outfit, yet you are not ready to give details. Who will take you serious? You are joking. You are quick to come out and write to Al Jazeera and tell Al Jazeera to retract and apologize, as if Al Jazeera was your backyard garden boy. Al Jazeera says, no, we call your bluff. You are quiet. There's nothing you can do. Foco. What can you do to Al Jazeera? You think Al Jazeera is GBC? Where you have packed old men and old women who should have long retired, who supported your party a few years back, so you have put them their job for the boys. What is happening? My brother, it is not the backing, it is the action. Action speaks louder than words. I wish that in silence you will grow, rather than all the backing. We didn't do this, we did this, we didn't do this. Do you know how much smuggling is going on at the Kotoka International Airport? Then the Shatawale came out and made it clear that some musicians were known to be carrying cocaine out of this country on a daily basis, a weekly basis, monthly basis. I thought that the authorities would have at least sat down with the gentleman to get some information so we could go into that, but no. How did Ghana Web even get the news from the airport that somebody tried to smuggle gold out? And this was the figure. Is it not the same outfit that leaked it? Any which way. When you smuggle out of this country, it is corruption. You are killing the country. Now it's been proven that even our leaders are running out and getting people to come and help them smuggle and do money laundering. Alistair Matthias, my mind. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. Next story. I remember we are live on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Blakk Empire. Yes, Blakk Empire Media, or Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K. And we are on YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification button, so every time we come out, you'll be the first person to see us. Reverend Kusi Boateng in hot waters again. Who is Reverend Kusi Boateng? That's him. He's supposed to be a prophet of God. So many people believe him. He's able to make prophecies that come to pass. He's one of the most authentic in terms of prophesying in this country, we are told. I went to school with him. TEMA Secondary School, Kumasi. He was 2 years, 3 years or so ahead of me. When I was in Form 2, he was writing his O-level examination, something like that. But he was my senior at TEMA Secondary School. And when he was in school, he was so poor. He came from a really poor background. He joined the church and started preaching whilst we were even on campus. Preaching. Note what I'm telling you. When we were on campus at TEMA Secondary School, Kumasi, I entered TEMA Secondary School, Kumasi in 1989. And I left TEMA Secondary School, upper 6. My brother, my sister. In which year? 1995 was when I left. Sometimes I have to do the mathematics. 6th form, 7 years. Reverend Kusi Boateng was there. I'm not sure he made it to A level, advanced level, but I'm so sure that he finished O level. This was a man who was caught in a controversy with two names, two different TIN numbers, tax identification numbers. Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa, the man with the shiny Sakura head, that's him, went into the cathedral issue, the dirty demonic cathedral issue, where Reverend Kusi Boateng was supposed to be the secretary, urging the president on to build a house for God in a country where people are dying, children are drowning because there are no good boats to take them to school. Children are going to school under trees. They want to build a house, a luxurious house for God. And Reverend Kusi Boateng was the man fronting it as the secretary. Ablakwa, an MP for North Tongue, decided to go underground and investigate. And he realized that the so-called man of God, let me give him all the respect he deserves, the man of God, Reverend Kusi Boateng, really had two names, Edu Jemfi and Kusi Boateng. And he had two different dates of birth and two different TIN numbers. He was exposing the man of God over and over until the man of God could not take it anymore. He had to run to the courts. The courts invited Okujeto Ablakwa to come over, but it came out that it was a fake bailiff who took the summons to Okujeto Ablakwa. And in court, he was exonerated for kicking those documents out. The court must not serve documents to an MP like that. Take it to the Parliament House. That is where I apply my trade. That is where I am an officer. Reverend Kusi Boateng lost on that pedestal. He came back again. Now the whole issue is in court. Many people are beginning to forget this issue, but I will never forget it. They went to court. What happened in court? Watch this. Okujeto Ablakwa pulls Reverend Kusi Boateng's O-level records to prove he lied on a statutory declaration in court. I told you he went to TEMA Secondary School with me, right? Reverend Usu Bempatu went to the same TEMA Secondary School with me. As for Reverend Usu Bempatu, we sat in the same classroom. Let's read the story. Come here. Watch me. Hey! The member of parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, has accused the secretary to the board of trustees of the National Cathedral of Ghana, Reverend Victor Kusi Boateng, of lying under oath. They are in court. According to Ablakwa, Reverend Victor Kusi Boateng deceived the court in a statutory declaration he filed on his change of name and date of birth. Hey! Reverend Kusi Boateng in the statutory declaration stated that his name at birth was NANA-ADDO Jemfi, and that he became known as Victor Kusi Boateng in the course of his work as a pastor. Underline that. When did he start work as a pastor? The name given to me at birth is NANA-ADDO Jemfi, and that is the name that close family and friends know me by. In the course of my work as a preacher of the gospel, I became known as Victor Kusi Boateng in honor of my late father. I have since been referred to as Victor Kusi Boateng in my public life, for which reason some documents of mine have referred to me as such. I am the same person referred to as NANA-ADDO Jemfi and Victor Kusi Boateng. Parts of Reverend Kusi Boateng's declaration reads. Read. He also indicated that September 7, 1971, date of birth on his documents bearing the name Victor Kusi Boateng was a mistake. It's been a mistake from Tete. It's never been corrected. And two companies named after two different people or the same person with two different dates of birth and two different mothers. Tell this story to the mountain that has no brains. We are not joking here. A man of God. Why are you disgracing TEMA Secondary School? Why are you disgracing Christendom? In processing some documents bearing the name Victor Kusi Boateng, my date of birth was stated as 7th September 1971 instead of 30th December 1969, as reflected in my passport, he added. Who made that mistake? Why has it not been corrected all these years? Reacting to this, Samuel Okudzeto Blakk indicated that the information Kusi Boateng presented to the court was false. He added that the record of the pastor at the West Africa Examination Council, WAEC, shows that he was referred to as Victor Kusi Boateng when he was in school and not during his pastoral works, as he indicated. Oh, you are. Is he going back to tell the court that, oh, even before he went to school, he was a pastor? He had started preaching. We write to confirm that in respect of the GCE level examination conducted in 1989, TI Ahmadiyya Secondary School, Kumasi, presented a candidate by the name Boateng Kusi Victor. 89. And you were born in what? 69. So you were 20 years then. When did you change your name? What year? When did you become a pastor? At the age of 20, 18, 17, 16? We are, however, unable to report on the date of birth of the said candidate because the council does not have information pertaining to the date of birth of all GCE level candidates. This is so interesting. When I wrote my GCE level, my date of birth was there. Which people wrote without their dates of birth? I want to know. Were they ghosts? Or the council is that incompetent to be able to have that? You see the information? This is nauseating. That's what Blakk says. Blakk said he asked for information concerning the date of birth of this man. And he's never been able to get it. Why don't you go to TI Ahmadiyya Secondary School? The headmaster there is my brother. We can pull it out from when he was in Form 1. I can help you get that. The headmaster is my brother. That's my school. Please, let us speak truth to power. Let us shame the devil. Paul stood on his grounds. Even when he knew he was going to be killed, he refused to sell out. By doing this, I think, man of God, we are trying to sell out. You are not being honest. Two different. Anyway, they say it's in court, so we should let the court decide. But this is just my opinion. I think that the way things are going, the man of God is not truly coming out with the information. But this is what Blakk is saying. Come here. Show us the letter written by Blakk. Watch it. This is what has been written, the document. And he has written everything there. WAEC does not have the dates of birth of people. That's it. NANA-ADDO Jemfi. My brother, my sister, this is what has been given to the court. And this is NANA-ADDO Jemfi giving his statement to the court in all honesty. I hope and pray that he's speaking the truth. And I hope and pray that the court will be able to deal with this very well. It's not an easy job. Dash. When we return, we got more. Hey! Whoa!
Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot. Kuku show them.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Next story. And the next story says what? Watch it. It says TEMA oil refinery colonized. Come here. Now the TEMA oil refinery, aka TOR, was built by Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of the Republic of Ghana, and this became the #1 refinery in the whole of Africa. The West African sub-region depended on this. #1, he was a visionary who wanted to be able to industrialize the country. We have never had a president like him again. The government in power is doing everything possible to malign Kwame Nkrumah because they belong to two different political ideologies and cultures. The president's father and grandfather all worked against Kwame Nkrumah. They were those who chased him out of this country. They thought Nkrumah was going to be villainized, but he came out to be a hero. Everybody's talking about Kwame Nkrumah. And those who offended and chased Kwame Nkrumah out are now the enemies of the people of Ghana. Is this one of the ways to erase Kwame Nkrumah's legacy? It came out that they are trying to sell TOR. For them, it's descended, it's gone low. They have to revive it at a time that you have discovered several wells of crude oil. Is this not the time that TOR should be booming? When the oils are not dry. At the time that the oil wells were dry, TOR was on and things were going on good in the days of Nkrumah. Now that we have discovered more oil wells and rigs around the world, TOR is dying. What a paradox. Read the story. Torrentco deal is the best option to revive TOR. And that's the management. Come here, let's look at it. And this is from City Newsroom. It says the management of the TEMA oil refinery has declared the Torrentco deal as the best option to revitalize the refinery and ensure its long-term sustainability. TOR, a crucial entity in Ghana's energy sector, has faced significant challenges in recent years, including operational inefficiencies, financial constraints, and the need for infrastructure upgrades. Recognizing the urgency to address these issues, TOR's management in a statement disclosed that it is embarking on an extensive evaluation of potential solutions. According to the management, after careful consideration and rigorous analysis, the management team concluded that the Torrentco deal offers the most promising path forward. Wow. Several civil society organizations, CSOs, including the Africa Center for Energy Policy, ACEP, have raised concerns about the lease agreement negotiations between Torrentco and the TEMA oil refinery. ACEP revealed that Torrentco, a newly established local Ghanaian company formed in January 2023, lacks the track record in the petroleum business and does not have the capacity to effectively take over TOR. This is a new local Ghanaian company formed here in Ghana in January 2023 with no track record. If they fail to deliver, how do you hold them accountable? They don't have any track record of dealing in petroleum business, Mr. Boateng said in an interview on City News. But TOR, in an official response, said the proposed deal entails a strategic partnership between TOR and Torrentco with the aim of modernizing the refinery's operations, optimizing efficiency, and enhancing its competitive position. The collaboration would involve substantial investments in infrastructure, technology upgrades, and capacity expansion. According to TOR's management, the Torrenco deal would ensure a reliable supply of crude oil, a critical input for the refinery's operation. Wow. Dash. Come here. So Torrenco is a Ghanaian business outfit. They were registered this year. They don't have the track record. I am happy it's a Ghanaian business outfit. But I am sad that something that was built in the days of Kwame Nkrumah, maybe before a lot of these guys at Torrenco were even born, would be given to hands that are fragile. And when Torrenco fails to handle this and it drops, a huge legacy would have gone down the drain like the Titanic. That's one of the things. Number two, these days, because of our laws here, Ghanaians should be part of the business and blah, 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 blah. How sure are we that it is not some foreign CIA that is fronting this Torrenco? After all, we have discovered so much oil. The West is interested in our oil. For our oil and other natural resources, they could cause wars in our country to destabilize leaders so they take over. So they can also pass through some other such organization and come and breathe brimstone and fire on us as a people. Do we have a way of finding this out? I said two very important things. I'm excited that it's a Ghanaian outfit, but I am sad that it's been given to hands that are fragile. Who is fronting this company? Who is behind the scenes pushing Torrenco? Remember that Torrenco, we don't need Torrenco to be able to supply crude oil to Tor. We already have wells and rigs. We are not short of crude oil, are we? We are exporting it every now and then. So why do we need somebody to make sure that there's always crude oil? That's a joke. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't. Again, the West is very important in our natural resources. So when it comes to that, we have to watch out for economic terrorists. The so-called economic hitmen. Did I say more? Let's watch out. Why can't the nation pump money into this and make it work? But rather you need a private outfit to do this. It's a shame on this dirty government. Shame on the government that is not ready to propel the image of Kwame Nkrumah, but rather getting ready to dampen everything Nkrumah has built. Where are all the factories Nkrumah built? The jute factory, the tomato factory, the beef factory, all of them have come to a ground. Grounding, boom. Tor is the next. Nkrumah never dies. Hey! Wayo!
Blakk, KWAKU show them.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka KWAKU Show, and here we speak truth to power. Remember, our YouTube channel is very active, and it's called Black Empire Media, BLAKK. Yes, BLAKK, RASTA. Make sure that you catch us live. Remember to also subscribe, and after that, you click on the notification button. So every time we come, you will see us live. Next story. And the next story is very quick. It says, NANA-ADDO in childish politics. NANA-ADDO Dankwa Akufo-Addo. That's the man. This man, is he a lawyer or a quack? It's not everything that quacks that is a duck. Some of them are doctors and some are also lawyers. That's why we have quack doctors and quack lawyers. So quackish. We know Nana Akufo-Addo to be a lawyer. So many people respect him, but others have said that he might not be worth all the praises. Some even say he doesn't have a certificate. Whatever it is, it looks like he's proving those people right. Why is Blakk RASTA saying this? As in not by election, don't elect someone with legal issues. And this is what NANA-ADDO Dankwa Akufo-Addo is saying, according to City Newsroom. Run the story. President NANA-ADDO Dankwa Akufo-Addo has urged constituents of Asin not to vote for a candidate who may potentially face imprisonment in the future. His statement came as part of the campaign efforts to rally support for the new Patriotic Party candidate in the Asin North by-election scheduled for Tuesday, June 27. Addressing a large gathering of Asin North residents, Akufo-Addo stressed the significance of making informed decisions during elections. He expressed his concerns about candidates who have impending or who are pending legal issues or a history that raises doubts about their credibility and adherence to the rule of law. It is crucial for us to exercise our voting rights responsibly. The president stated firmly, we should not support or vote for individuals who are entangled in legal controversies that may eventually lead them to face imprisonment. We need someone who can come and help you, someone who would work in your interests. I heard Jackie Quayson say that even in prison, you people would vote for him. Can he work from jail? We vote for people to go to parliament to work. How can he work from prison? So don't vote for someone who would end up in jail. Vote for someone who can run, who can work to improve your lives. Dash. He was the MP of the area. He was stripped of his position because he didn't follow the rule of law. I hear President Mahama, former President Mahama say, oh, election is at the point of voting, not when you go for the ballot papers. Of course, he went for the ballot papers. He was asked on the ballot papers if he was eligible. Do you have one citizenship and that's the Ghanaian citizenship? He ticked yes. It wasn't true. At the point that he ticked yes, it was important. He had applied to renounce and it was still in the pipeline. But he ticked yes, that he was eligible to be voted for and be elected. It came out that at the time that he did all this, he was a Canadian citizen as well. He had lived in Canada for about 47 years, as told to us by Alote Jacobs. He was guarding his Canadian citizenship so jealously. He wanted to even be part of the NDC's elections. But according to Alote Jacobs, a former member of the party, a stalwart of the party, he stopped him from doing that because he was going to break the law, even at party level. He didn't renounce his citizenship then. Twice, Alote Jacobs said he tried to manipulate the system. This is a man with a criminal mind. Let's speak truth to power. Don't let politics sway us. So today, if you say, oh, election is at the point of voting, no, man. It's a process. They are the kind of people who say, oh, the end justifies the means. It's criminals who say that. If you shoot and kill a woman and rob her and take her money and go and take care of little children who are sick, does it justify the killing? No, sir, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense. I wish NANA-ADDO will prove to the world that he's a true lawyer. You are prejudicing the case. The case is in court. Why do you say that he's a candidate for jail? Especially when he talked to the Church of Pentecost in Asin North. Apart from saying this, he was at the Church of Pentecost. Instead of talking about the Bible and talking about morality, he was there talking about the fact that somebody was going to jail. They shouldn't vote for that person. You are prejudicing the case. Every lawyer, no matter how quack they are, they understand that they don't have to prejudice a case that is in court. Right? And you are a lawyer. You are supposed to be a lawyer. But this is not the first time he's doing that. You remember the case of Chairman Wuntumi, who was said to be involved in Galamsey. Ken Ashigbe and the rest were presenting documents and all that. Mr. President came and said, oh, he's not involved in Galamsey. At the time that you asked for evidence. And the matter was supposed to be going to court. Remember when Professor Frimpong Boateng also came out and told the whole world, and even put it into writing, how some people were involved in Galamsey from his own backyard. Mr. President said it's not true. When the OSP was investigating this, you are prejudicing the case. Either you are a quack lawyer or you have lost. You've lost it. It's sad, Mr. President. This is childish politics. And this will not win you any election. Well, in Ghana, it may. A lot of Ghanaians don't have common sense to even deal with the real situation. They will keep suffering like that because they vote stupid leaders into power. And when they come in, this is what they do. Dash and bring me the next story. Last story, and I'm done. Controversy. Kweku Menu closes school down. Controversy. Kweku Menu closes down school. Who is Kweku Menu? This is him. He's a comedian. He's an actor. A lot of people like him. Some people say, oh, he's not that funny. I want to look at the positive part. He's an actor. This is an illiterate. I'm not sure he's been to school much. But he's been able to rise from the ashes all the way up. That's him here. Maybe at that time he was repairing TV sets and all that. Or making shoes. Or things like that. I think he was a shoe repairer. He tried it. But we got to know him on the silver screens, Kumawood. You know, in the past he accused some people of using juju. Some people he had helped and they were, you know. He's ventured into some other things. And I think he's doing well for himself. Then he built a school. This is the school. Kweku Menu Educational Complex. Look at the school children. He will go and play with them. I am happy that an illiterate decides to build a school. He wished he had been to school himself. Good school. Children were going to that school. Then all of a sudden, he took his own children out of the school and sent them to America to school there. So people started taking off their children from that school. And the school became empty and he closed it down. Why did the people do that? If your school was that good, you will not be taking your children out of it and sending them elsewhere to go to school. Again, you take exorbitant school fees, gather all that money, and take your children out and take them to other schools. Now, wow, the people are smart. This is what we've been telling our government, our leaders, all this while. They don't build the hospitals. The few hospitals that are here, they leave them and then they travel out for treatment. They don't patronize their own products. They live here and go and patronize other products. This is what we've been talking about. You have your own food. You don't eat from your own kitchen. You leave it and go and eat from another person's kitchen. That's how Kweku Menu School has been closed down. But let's confirm it. Watch it. Kweku Menu sheds light on why he closed down his school. And listen to him ignorantly talking about this in another direction. You can see that he doesn't even understand why people took out their children from the school. Run it. Popular Kumawood actor Kweku Menu has shared the reason behind his decision to close his educational institution. In a video shared by YouTuber Hello Frank, KWAKU MANU disclosed that he had taken his children abroad for a vacation. But what transpired after shocked him. I took my children to the United States 6 to 7 years ago, and when I went back to Ghana, about 20 to 22 parents had taken their children out of the school. Listen, 20 to 22. They are taking their children out. According to KWAKU MANU, this significant withdrawal of students had a substantial impact on the school's enrollment and overall functioning. KWAKU MANU added that the reason is that he did not bring his children with him when he went back to Ghana because he wanted them to stay in America and get a taste of American culture until it was the right time for them to come home. Unfortunately, the decision became the subject of rumors and speculation. It started going around that I had taken my children out of the country, MANU revealed, expressing his frustration with the situation. The actor questioned the veracity of the accusations made against him, stating that since he had personally contributed money and labor to the school's construction, why he could not have used that same effort to fly his family abroad. Well, that grammar is a little shaky. It just says, if I can work and get money to build a school, why can't I work and make money and take my children abroad? I was able to build a school. So with the job I did to build a school, can't I do the same job to take my children abroad? He argued. The controversy surrounding MANU's decision deepened when allegations surfaced suggesting that the school fees paid by parents were being used to finance his children's education in the United States. The controversy surrounding MANU's decision deepened as he said he addressed these claims, saying they claim the school fees they are paying was what I used to take my children to school. And as I speak, some of these parents owe me 3 terms, and the school fees were 100 cedis and even 50 cedis. That's it. You see, he's not even seeing the real problem. The real problem is not about taking your children abroad for holidays. The problem is that you have taken them abroad to school. That is why they are taking their children out. If your children were in the school, they would say, okay, once his children are also here, he will do his best for our children. It's like I go to a church, and Osofu comes out and is asking people to come and help build a certain structure. I'm waiting to see if Osofu Mami will get up and go and give or not. If she doesn't get up, I will never get up because they don't even trust each other. It's leadership by example. If your own house does not trust you, am I the one to trust you? They know you better. Unless by some divine inspiration, I gravitate towards you. I don't know how many people understand this. But that is what it is. Charity begins at home. You have taken your children out of the school abroad to go in school. And you want other people to leave their children there? No. They will take them to schools where the headman... Look, I see some schools where head teacher is taking care of the school, but their children are attending other schools. And the reason is that deep inside them, those are better schools than theirs. How can you make it better? It's different when there's a certain kind of study you want your children to have that they cannot have in the school. Maybe you want them to be pilots. Maybe you want them to do something, but they don't have such a training in the country that is worth it. That's different. But it is now their mentality. Everything outside is better than everything here. So the people have left the school. KWAKU MANU, I hope that you get to learn from this mistake. And if the school does come back again, remember to give it all the quality. And remember that people are watching. Nobody will stay in your school if you take your children out and take them abroad to go and study there. Dabi. Anyway, it's been the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Koko Show, where we speak truth to power. I want to appreciate you and I want to thank you. Thanks so much to Is It in Spirit, in Truth. Download that app from Google Play and App Store and be on the right social media platform, devoid of negativity, devoid of foolishness, devoid of racism, devoid of, violence and all that. It's been the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kokushonomo, where we speak truth to power. We'll meet again tomorrow. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Blakk Empire Media. As you see there, Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Oh, yes. And make sure that you are part of the cause. You click on the notification button. Every time we come on, you'll be the first person to see us. Hey! Wayo!